Military gadgets are transforming people's conditions and endurance, and here's how. This is what happens when you breathe in more oxygen, and this military gadget makes it possible. It vibrates lung mucus away instantly, increasing your oxygen intake and giving you a super boost in life. Best of all, it is completely drug-free and reusable. It was specifically designed for Special Forces divers to increase their oxygen intake so they not only think clearer, faster, and better, but also dive longer, swim greater lengths, and give their all in extreme conditions. Through no fault of your own, our modern lifestyle creates a surplus of lung mucus. It builds up over time and decreases oxygen intake, making you feel out of breath or have a tight chest. The inventor didn't want to create a drug or invasive procedure to remove it.
In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another spontaneous broadcast of what we call the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper, host of this program, known here on social media as the mighty Angel Snub Nub 7. I am your soul brother, number one. I would like to begin our talk by showing appreciation for life, because life is all that I know. I don't know anything about death. I only know life. So I appreciate for that which I know. Unlike so many on social media and prior to social media who talk about death but have never experienced what that is. And they talk about the rewards and they talk about an afterlife they have never witnessed or experienced. I would rather talk about life, the only life that I have experienced, I have witnessed, and all that I know. And because I know that life can end at any time, it is brief and it is short. Instead of death and the rewards after death and talking about what's going to happen after death, I would rather concentrate on what I know and make this journey that I know the best that it can be, if that is possible. Unfortunately, for the last few thousand years, under the rulership of certain men around the earth, their message to us has been suffering and death. So since we suffer death, and since we suffer in horrid condition, there are many who look forward to death because they know what they know as in life, it is over. So maybe the next life, maybe what is after death will be better. But they don't know that. You would think one would concentrate on fighting for your life instead of fighting for your death. So here we are talking on a Sunday morning, and the pastors and the preachers and those who are in the synagogues and the mosque all over this country and around the earth, the people are going to celebrate death instead of life. What I'm going to do after I die, what's going to happen after this life, because they are living in an environment of death and they cannot enjoy their life. But instead of fighting for their life, they'd rather go pray and do nothing. They'd rather go sing and do nothing. And they'd rather hope and do nothing. And hope that death is better than life. So these are the death worshipers. These are those who love death, the unknown, and they worship death. That's why they are spiritual. That's why they glorify death. Because they have actually given up on life. But yet and still, they tell us that our God and our spirituality represents life and life more abundantly. But while you are alive and the only thing we know is of life, that is not celebrated. That is not embraced. That is not valued. We wait until we die. So I'm going to die, turn into a ball of gas, or turn into a ball of light and fly into the universe, or I'm going to go into another dimension. These things that we do not know. I don't want to know because I've given up on my life. I know it's something better on the other side, a side that we have never experienced. I don't understand that concept. But I understand why you are like that, because for the last few thousand years, we've been under the management of those who use death as a control mechanism to control life itself. And so you gravitate toward death and you don't value life itself. So I can stand and I say I appreciate life because this is all I know. I don't know nothing about the hereafter. I don't know nothing about the other side. I don't know nothing about those things. I only know life. It was around this time, 5 years ago, I lost my mother to death. And a few months later, I was told I had cancer. 5 years ago. And I appreciate the 5 years. I appreciate it because this is all I know. I don't know anything about death. Our great brother, Dr. Martin Luther King, said on a few occasions, like any man, I want to live a long life. Longevity has its place. It's all we know. Every little insect fight for their life. We're the only ones programmed. We won't fight for life. We actually fight for death. Because we have been told that there's another life that we can mess up after this one. Like going from a job to job. I don't have to worry. I can always find another job. So people that believe they can find another job, they don't really trip off being fired, because I get me another job. And so you don't value life and you don't take life serious because I got another one coming. Now, we can see you when you go from one job to another. We don't see you going from one life to another. I have yet to see that. But that's what we believe. So I can mess up this life. I don't have to appreciate this life. I'm glad that I'm alive, because this is all that I know. So I appreciate the honor and the opportunity to be able to talk to you today. Being alive, because this is all that I know. And once this is gone, I don't expect another. So I appreciate life. What was the purpose of the Jesus? The purpose of the Jesus was to bring us life, and life more abundantly. But how do you worship the Jesus? They worship the Jesus by celebrating the death, not the life. Not concentrating on those things that make you a better human being, that make you alive. They concentrate on the death. And they hang death in the church with the figure of a man on a cross with his hands nailed to the cross and blood coming out of his wounds, and he's looking sad. That's how they celebrate life, by using symbols of death. And they make excuses for having a foul life, because I'm going to get another one to mess up on the other side. So we don't care how we treat another person. We don't care what we do, because I got another life on the other side. I'm glad I don't think that way, so I want to try to be the best human being I can be and appreciate life and appreciate the life of others, because this is all that we know. So it is always an honor that I be able to come before you and speak a few words, and I thank you so much for giving me that opportunity to be able to speak to us this afternoon. I thank you so much. Between the year 1997 and 2007, Unfortunately, and I accept responsibility because I was foolish. And I knew better. It was not really a mistake. I knew better. Like many of us, we say and we do things and we know better, but we do it anyway. Because I don't care. You really do care. But you say, I don't care. And when we make mistakes, sometimes we pay for that mistake with our lives. There are many of those who say, I don't care. And they do silly things. And they pay the price with their lives. Matter of fact, in this situation, I could have been killed. And that's it. Bury this flesh and blood or burn it up or whatever, that would have been the end. I was given an opportunity to live, but I'm going to pay a heavy, heavy price for being a fool, for being silly, for I don't care. Because those who took me in their bosom, they don't care either. So like many black men and women in this country, I got caught up in a racist system. Between 1997 and 2007, I got caught up in an unjust system where my mistake, my foolishness should have only warranted probation. I had no criminal record. I'm not a criminal. Didn't even have a parking ticket. But when you get caught in the racist system, it don't make no difference how good you are. And this I know. Emmett Till didn't have a criminal record. As far as I know, Sean Bell didn't have a criminal record. A lot of our brothers and sisters didn't have criminal records and end up unalived. That's what they say on the internet now, unalived. There was a new law in Missouri, anti-stalking. And whenever these people have something new, they got to try it. Contrary to popular belief, the Japanese during World War II, they surrendered in enough time that the devil President, Truman, didn't have to drop bombs on Hiroshima and the other, I can't pronounce the Yakisaki, I don't know how to pronounce those. Those were Hiroshima, those two Japanese cities. But they had these nuclear bombs, they had these atomic bombs. This is our opportunity I want to see them work in real time. That's why a lot of these wars are actually going on, these conflicts. Now, you know those Palestinian people don't have nothing in comparison to what the Israelis have. But this is our opportunity to justify, to drop these bombs and these weapons and use these things. I want to see how they work in real time. And that's what you're seeing. They want to see how these bombs, these weapons of mass destruction, work in real time. So the state of Missouri had a new law. Guess who they gonna try it on? This fool that they got. This fool who don't know the law, this fool who don't know his rights, this fool that don't know a damn thing, this fool who is poor, this fool who is poor, we can do anything we want to this fool. And basically, that's what my lawyer, this public defender, was telling me. He basically was telling me, it's out of my hands, bro. This is a racist. This is what my lawyer told me. This is a racist county. They have a new law. I wish you the best of luck. That's what he told me. Had nothing to do with me being a criminal. Had nothing to do with me having some mental illness. I'm dealing with a racist. But I made it easy for them because I allowed myself, because I don't care. I'm a damn fool. I get caught up in their system. Made it easy for them. There was a Caucasian guy charged with the same exact crime, except he murdered a cat. He was stalking his girlfriend, and he killed her cat. There was no violence in my case. No animals was hurt. No people was hurt. There was no violence in my case. He did about 6 months, 7 months or whatever, and they put him back out on the street. The same exact thing, except he was white. I was locked up with brothers and sisters, stole a pack of cigarettes, touched a white woman in the wrong place, locked up the rest of their life. White guys was taking concrete blocks and smashing white girls in the head. They free. But that's how the racist system works. We know this. And the black people that didn't really have misdemeanors locked up on the rest of their life. Not all of them, but a good majority of them. They didn't do nothing to deserve to be locked up for years and years and years. But this is what happens when you are a fool. This is what happens when you're a fool, when you don't care. And you don't take life seriously. I don't care. I bet you do now. I bet you're going to start caring. I saw people who committed murder. They can take life. But when they was told you're going to be here the rest of your life, they start crying and sniggling and whimpering. Bragging a few minutes ago who they killed. I shot that so-and-so down and I blah, blah. Then I stumped them in the head. They crying like a baby now. But you commit murder. You can take life, you can dish it out, but you can't take it. I was living with guys that came to me and told me they was raped in that place. I didn't even know. For some reason, they came to me and wanted to tell me. When I first got here, I got raped in the bathroom. It was a big guy in there. They call him the gorilla. Run around raping men. Big guy. military guy. He's the boss. He wasn't going to boss me. You weren't going to rape me either. But don't think these people don't try. So you got to watch your back. You're in an environment of death. For 10 years, I couldn't get a good night's sleep because you gotta lay down and you gotta have one eye open because you never know. Not only from the people that's incarcerated there, but you gotta wonder what these people that put you there, because they want to shoot you in the ass with these drugs, Thorazine and what's the other stuff? Couldn't sleep for 10 years. Eyes always bloodshot red. People laughing at you because you was a damn fool to get caught up in there anyway. They laughing at you. You gonna die here. And they point at the graveyard. Where you want to be buried at? Laughing and sniggling. Violent people around you 24 hours a day. You don't know what might happen. So I went in as a Muslim, as a believer in the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and I wasn't worried. Because all my life, all I ever done was try to be a good person, a good Muslim, a good Christian. I can't be perfect, but I did my best. So I know this God. I know Allah. I know God is going to help me out of this. I know. And the time start passing. 6 months, a year, year and a half, 2 years, 2 years, 2.5. And I'm like, oh Allah, where are you? I was a fool. I don't deserve this. I messed up. I don't deserve this. God made the heavens and the earth. That's what I was told. If God can make the heavens and the earth, and God has all this power, you mean to tell me you can't get me out of this? 3 years, 4 years. So I went in as a believer in God. And then, of course, some of you would blame me. Well, brother, you just don't have the faith. You probably just not sincere. Making excuses, blaming the victim, blaming the believer for something clearly your God ain't doing. Because now I believed in it, and the ball is now in God's court. And God, Allah, didn't do nothing. You gonna blame me because God didn't do nothing. Well, brother, you gotta, they just keep coming excuse after excuse. God does things in his own time and blah, blah. No, because God ain't gonna do a damn thing. And I began to realize they lied to me. Maybe not on purpose, but you lied to me. When I was in the Baptist church, you lied to me about God. When I joined Islam, you lied to me about God. You're liars. And I believed in the lie because I never saw God. God never talked to me. I learned about God through other people that said God do this and God do that. And God ain't did a damn thing. You liars. And you keep telling these babies, these children, passing down the same damn lie. You liars. Outrageous, outright lies. And I look like a fool. Because this God never was going to do a damn thing for me. So I decided to help a person. And by helping that person who directed me and guided me towards the legal system, the law books, where I would get the right knowledge. Soon as I began to get the right knowledge was not reading the Quran. The right knowledge was reading the Missouri statutes, the federal statutes, learning how to file the paperwork myself because my lawyers wasn't going to do it for me. But when I file it myself, they have no choice, but they have to represent me because it's been filed. But they know that you don't know how to do that. People take advantage of your ignorance. And that's why a lot of us are in trouble right now. Somebody is taking advantage of our ignorance. Because we don't know. I was a child. Somebody told me about God, taking advantage of my ignorance because I don't know. And I trust the person that's telling me about God, about the devil, about the demons and the spirits. I didn't think these people would lie to me, but now I understand that I'm surrounded by people who are liars. Some of them are sincere. They believe the lie. Then there are some people who know it's a lie. They use that lie to their advantage. It's an advantage to tell the lie if I'm a preacher. So you can put your dimes and your dollars and take care of me. For preaching every Sunday the lie. So it's a benefit to me. Liars. So this thing changed me. This experience changed me. And if your God said that he or she knows everything, then you don't blame me. You need to blame the God because the God already know. The God already know what's going to happen to me before it happened. That's your teaching. Unless you are a liar. You said that nothing happens without God's permission. So whatever I am, don't get angry at me, get angry at God. Because God already knew. But you don't really believe your own teachings. I am a product of God. The devil is a product of God. You said that everything in creation God created, so God created me, God created the devil. So if you're going to blame somebody for anything, you need to blame God, but you're not going to do it. Why? You don't believe your own teachings. But what you expect from people who are liars. You are a liar. You're liars. I'm sitting in this place and I'm watching people die. I'm watching people get put on a gurney and their lifeless body get zipped up on body bags going out. And then they point at me. You next. You next. This is the type of stress, this is the type of environment that I'm in. Walking in the valley of the shadow of death. But the reality of death, the reality of this situation, it caused me to change. Many people, when they go into incarceration, they turn to God. They turn to Jesus. They turn to Allah. They turn to some religion. When I got incarcerated, I already was there. So what is there to turn to? Because my God didn't do a damn thing for me. I got so desperate, I said, well, maybe Elijah Muhammad is wrong. Maybe Jesus is the way. Nothing happened. Then you get so desperate, maybe the devil. I'll make a deal with the devil to get out of here. Hey, Satan, devil, Lucifer, whoever the hell you are, look, you get me out of here, I'll be a good devil worshiper. That's how desperate I was. Because I need to get out of here. And the devil, woo! And the devil didn't do nothing. I said, somebody has lied to me. And when you look around social media, they still telling this lie. Bunch of liars. Deceivers. And they added a whole lot of other stuff. I was blackity black, pro-black. And I reached out to the blackity black, pro-black, whatever community. And I wrote letters to the NAACP and the Urban League and black lawyers and whoever. They don't even reply. They don't even write you a letter and say, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Gave 9 years to the Nation of Islam. Oh, well, brother, that's what happened to you when you turn your back on Allah. What? These are the type of people you're dealing with. They glad because you turn your back on Allah. They glad something bad has happened to you. These are the peace lovers. The peace lovers want you to die and suffer and horrible things happen to you in your life because you don't believe in Jesus. You don't believe in Allah. You don't believe you are Pan-African or a Native American Indian or whatever that artist. You are Moor, an Israelite. They hope that something bad happened to you. But they love you. Oh, but God loves you now. These hypocrites, these liars, these fakes and these frauds. So when I was able to get the right information, the right knowledge. I got right out. It didn't even take that long. But I thought I was going to die in that place. Because I wasn't going to embrace their lie, calling me a criminal, calling me insane. Well, you know, you have to admit that you committed a crime and you got to admit that you're crazy. I'm not going to do that. Well, I guess you did. was a time where I had to accept that reality that I was going to die in this place. Because God ain't going to do a damn thing for me. I'm a dead man. I start looking at the fence. But if you jump that fence, they're going to chase you. You're going to be on the run for ever and ever. You always got to be looking over your shoulder because you know somebody going to be looking for you. Because they paint you as some kind of type of dangerous criminal. And then we find out that the so-called victim in my case killed his whole family. Waiting, the state of Arizona is trying to decide if they're going to continue capital punishment. I didn't have a criminal record prior, and once I get out, I still don't have a criminal record. I don't have a speeding ticket till this day. But that's what happens when you're dealing with racists and liars. Time has acquitted me. If nothing else, time has. I've never tried to hurt nobody in my whole entire life. Matter of fact, the majority of the time, I was running from somebody. Somebody was bullying me. I was scared of somebody. Now I'm a criminal. You dangerous. And the one they protect, and the one they protected, sit around and murdered his whole family. But this is the type of madness. This is the type of situation. This is the type of stuff y'all don't want to fight against. I'm not the only one. Who knows how many people who have suffered unjust, who knows how many are innocent people who are laying up because of racist ass folks right now. Some of our freedom fighters, they don't talk about them. I'm going to fight for my people. Your people don't do nothing. You're laying up somewhere in one of these federal institutions and your people don't give a damn about you, but I'm fighting for my people. They don't put nothing on your books. And you rotting in some jail. Not because you're a criminal, because you was just simply fighting for black people's rights. And black people don't give a damn about them. And then when I say, if we were able to take control of a state, we could get our people, our freedom fighters, out of these places. These are the same people that talk about, I love black folks. What about the black folks that actually done the work? Our political prisoners. You don't talk about them at all. Talk about snow bunnies and other foolishness. Snow bunnies and what you gonna do with your penis and how I play with my putty tat. That's where your mind. This type of talk come from the revolutionaries. I can guarantee you our political prisoners that's locked up, that's not where their mindset, because they was in it for real. All this other social media garbage is a front. When I was locked up, that's real. When you got a bullet, a gun to your head, that's real. When you suffering, that's real. You can listen to all these idiots because you're not real and they're not real. You're comfortable living your life with the things that the Peckerwood give you. That's why they don't like me. I think about those. There are people who are alive in prison that fought for us, black Americans. And you forget them. I have not forgotten them. The known and the unknown. Because I'm real with mine. I don't care about these trinkets. You care about your trinkets. People suffered. The Montgomery boycott. People suffered for years for that movement. Some of them was murdered. Dr. King's house was firebombed. But that's realism. You haven't suffered none of that. You haven't faced none of that. I have no choice. I have no choice. It's always been real to me. Even when I believed in God, I thought it was real. It's real. I'm real about mine. So then I get myself free. God didn't do a damn thing. I read books for hours and hours and hours. And I learned the language of the courts. And I would sit at the window with tears in my eyes. I'm going to die in here. But when the real revelation came, I saw the light. I stopped seeing death. I stopped seeing the darkness. I started seeing the light. And the thoughts of suicide. I stopped having thoughts of suicide. How am I going to do this? I can't stay here. I got to go. But when the light came, the real light, it didn't move fast, but you could see it moving. Couldn't promise you nothing, but it gave you a real way. And so the walls start falling down. And the people that was laughing stopped laughing. I'm not going to get deep into the story because those who follow the channel, you know. And then the sickening thing about it, God didn't help me. The black community didn't help me. So I don't owe the black community a damn thing. I don't owe pro-blackness nothing. I don't owe God nothing. I don't owe blackity black, Pat African. I don't owe none of you suckers nothing. Because none of you helped me. And the sickening thing is, when I got myself out, here come the leeches. Will you give to the church? Will you give to the NAACP? Will you help the Urban League? Do you want to join the nation? Woo! Boy, do you want to join the Nation of Islam again? Brother, you need to come back. What did Allah do for Malcolm X? Broad daylight. Suckers shot this man down. Where was Allah? Allah didn't do nothing. What did Allah do for his family? Didn't do nothing. Where is this God? Where's Allah? Where's all this stuff? Where is God? God, I'm pretty sure our political freedom fighters laying up, waiting to die in prison. Where is God? Where is Allah? Where is all this stuff? I remember somebody asked me for some money at a truck stop. And they caught me in a good mood. And I was ready to give them $10. And they said, God bless you. Before I could get the money in the hand, I took my money back. I said, God ain't did a damn thing for this. I worked 14 hours a day doing a dangerous job to make this money. God ain't did nothing. I want to make this clear. I'm going to give you the money. But I want to make something clear to you. For me, this $10, God don't have nothing to do with it. I work 14 hours a day to get this. You think me, God didn't do nothing. When God get in this truck and make them gears, then I would give God credit. But I'm the one, 14 hours a day, made this. It was a believer in the teachings of Honorable Elijah Muhammad on our live stream a few days ago, not days ago, a few months ago, I guess. They came to our live stream trying to get me to say that God did. You have no evidence. God ain't did nothing here. And you can't prove God did nothing nowhere. You can say whatever you want to, but you can't bring no evidence to show. How you gonna say God did anything when you never met God? How you know God did it? And you never seen, you never met, you never talked to. You just copying what somebody said. Well, the Bible said, Minister Farrakhan said, Elijah Muhammad said, the Sheikh said, Tahaka Bey said, whatever. Ain't none of them met no God. We love lies, liars. So a few months or weeks after, actually, a few weeks later, after I got myself released, I discovered YouTube. And I did not go to YouTube wanting to make videos. I had nothing to say. I went to YouTube to listen to John Henry Clark and Malcolm X videos and Louis Farrakhan, and just to listen to stuff. But I was different. I wasn't the same person no more. When I listened to Farrakhan, it wasn't the same no more. I listened to Malcolm, it's not the same. I listened to John Henry Clark, I'm not the same person no more. That experience, that what happened to me, changed me. For the worse, or was it for the better? I say for the better. Because now I am awake. Something that you claim you are, but you're not. I don't need nobody to give me instructions. I don't need nobody to give me no damn teachings. The teachings is a belief. Somebody is brainwashing you, programming you, making you think how they want you to think so they can control you for their benefit. All those that follow these beliefs, look at the leadership. The leadership live high on the hall. One brother said, I would give my wife, I'd give my daughter to the leader. How sick we are. So as I listened and saw these videos, I was saying to myself, hey, I wonder if there's other people that think like I do. Maybe they didn't go through incarceration. Maybe they didn't go through what I went through to get to this conclusion. Maybe there's other people. I wonder if there's other people like me. But one thing that did not stop was my love from the people that I come from. One thing that did not stop was I know that these who I come from deserve justice. That never stopped. So what can I talk about? I don't want to be no Muslim because I'm not that no more. I don't want to be a Christian. I'm not pro-black no more. I want to be something different. Then I said to myself, reality. I was given a reality check. So why not my ministry? What I bring to the table is not coming from God. It's the acceptance of reality. To the best of our understanding, just like in our conversation in the beginning, all I know of is life. I don't know nothing about death. I can't tell you about the ninth dimension and the hereafter. I don't know nothing about that. I never was there. But I know this, and I understand this. I'm an expert on this. So my ministry is about bringing us reality. And since I was influenced by the Nation of Islam, and I went to the temple every Sunday, every 3 days or whatever it was, I'm still going to go to the temple, but not Muhammad's temple, reality's temple. On the earth. Not 5,000 years ago. Not on the moon, on the earth. The only thing that I don't know about these other things. I don't know about the Asiatic black man. I wasn't there. That's a story I was told. I don't know nothing about the hereafter. That's stories. But I know this. I know I'm on the earth, what they call the earth. The reality, what I face, I know about the racism. I know about the sexism. I know about the child molestation. I know about the murder. I know about the reality of the life that I live here on the earth. And I know who caused it. And I know who's behind it. And it's just not the white man. These things was going on long before the white man, according to your teachings. The white man wasn't the first person on the earth to murder or rape and lie. Folks was doing it way before that. Before you even saw a white man, you was telling a damn lie. You was murdering people way before you saw a Caucasian. And they still doing it. Right now to this day. But that's more lies from the Afrocentric blackity black community. That's how they sell you and set you up so they can control you, so they can get your dimes and your dollars, and the leadership live high on the hog. The leadership always live high on the hog. They always got to live good. There was a time when Louis Farrakhan said, I'm not going to ride in these luxury vehicles until we start making them. I guess he couldn't wait. Because these folks not real. It sounds good. He couldn't wait. Because it's a control game, it's brainwashing. And those who control the narrative get rich. Whether it's blackity black or it's European or whatever. Those on the top always live good. Then you always got the poor flunkies on the bottom. And they sell you these damn lies. You're going to get yours. Ain't no different than what the slave master taught the slave. Don't worry about the suffering. Don't worry about what you're going through. You're going to get yours in the hereafter. You're going to go to heaven. Same stuff. The blackity black sell the same line, except a different way of telling the story. It's a lie. So I thought that you wanted truth. I thought people wanted the truth. I thought wrong. You like lies. You like fairy tales. You don't like reality. I've caught hell ever since I brought my channel, December of 2007, ever since I brought my thoughts, not come from God, not the Bible and the Quran, what Marcus Garvey said, what some Native American said 5,000. No, I'm a human being. I have my own thoughts. I have my own conclusions. I don't ask nobody to follow me. I ask you to be a teammate in doing something to make yourself better. I don't need your money. If I did, I'd tell you. I don't need you to take care of me. I thought you wanted truth. I thought you wanted to change the condition of us as a people. No, they don't. They want to keep pushing these lies. Outrageous lies. They don't want any truth. So I've been on here since December 2007. I've had some decent debates. I've had countless and numerous, thousands of back and forth with people in the chat rooms and blah, blah, blah. And with all humility, they know I won every debate. I won every debate till this day. You cannot do nothing with reality. This is reality. How the hell you gonna debate? How you gonna win against reality? I don't have to believe in nothing. I don't have to try to go out my way to prove nothing. It's quite obvious because it's our life every day. I don't have to run around and put books behind me to make you think I'm smart. I don't have to say big words. I don't have to wear certain clothes to look intelligent. Like, I don't need all that. They do and you still lose. I've been studying this for 35. You've been studying wrong. You can study law for 35 years and still be wrong. What make you think you can't be wrong? Because you studied something, you researched something for 50 years. You still can be wrong. And I'm telling you that you're wrong. You can't accept that. This is the reality's temple. We're going to bring reality to the best of our ability. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be a know-it-all. But I know when something don't sound right. When it don't make sense. And if it don't make sense, chances are it's not real. It's not right. All these things that we embrace, it's not working. If it was working, there would be no need. If it was working, I would not have went through the change that I went through when I was incarcerated. It's not working. And you get angry because people say the quite obvious. It's not working. You want to come out and tell the lie that it is working. No, it's not working. It's like somebody, your car broke down and the engine clearly is off. Oh, it's getting there. It's not working. You got people. No, it's not working. It's not starting. Something is wrong. You got to fix the problem so the car will. You're not getting a dun dun. You're getting give it some gas. No matter what you do, it's not working. And sometimes old vehicles cannot be fixed. They have to go to the junkyard. And you don't want to hear that. Elijah Muhammad said, Marcus Garvey said, Noble Drew Ali said, so-and-so said, so-and-so said. Outdated, relics of the past go to museums. They go to collectors. They no longer apply in the real world. You don't see people with Model Ts trying to get on the highway. Only in museums, only at car shows. They no longer apply. Muhammad Ali, as great as he was replaced with Mike Tyson. He no longer applies. He's still the greatest. We love Muhammad Ali. He no longer applies. And Muhammad Ali replaced somebody. He replaced Sonny Liston. That's life. That's what life is about replacement. The tree that you see now is not the tree from 1,000 years ago. Maybe not. Trees live a pretty long time. Things change. But see, you have a slave mind. And since you have a slave mind, since things never changed on the slave plantation, you are set. Nothing's going to change. Just the way it is. Because the slave was not able to change the condition. The slave master's life was always changing. Even to the point where they had to go to war with one another. But it don't make no difference. That's life. Things change. But nothing changed for the slave. And you have a slave mentality. You have a slave mindset. It's not working. It's frustrating, but I understand your mind. When I was locked up, after I showed people that I could get myself free, they pretend, oh, that's what I want to. Help me get out of here, man. So I waste my time, draw up the papers. Only thing you got to do is sign it. I don't know if I thought you made me go through all this, get this paperwork together, and you don't even want to sign. I'm not even charging you. I should have charged your ass. At least I would have got paid. Should have charged them. you are. The same mindset. You pretend you want change. You pretend you want better. The reality is you are comfortable right here where you at. With your fantasy and your fiction and all your baloney that you believe in. And your death wish and your death talking. You're comfortable in this. And that's your prerogative. My concern is with myself. Wasting my time with people that don't want nothing. So I came to the thoughts which always arise. Maybe I need to terminate this channel. Voluntarily. If I'm gonna terminate this channel, this is the time to do it because nobody forcing me to do it. Oh, I messed with Angel. I made him take down. No, nobody can say that. Google is not messing with me like that. Actually, those things give me the energy, make me want to fight. But Google not messing with me like that. There's nobody that can say, "Oh, Angel took down his channel because I was on his head, bruh. I was on that Negro head." There's nobody that can say, "Oh, I drive him away from off of YouTube." I don't have the, as they say in religion, I don't have the spirit. I don't have the spirit. But all things come to an end. When I first came to YouTube, I'm probably the most prolific video maker ever. I was making videos, 4-5 videos a day, almost every day. When I first came to YouTube. If Google didn't mess with my work, I would have thousands and thousands of videos. Constantly. Because I did not know really what to do. I know that what we got is not working. I know that. And I know that the mindset that we have has to change. I know that. But I didn't know what to do. But those who follow the channel, see, that's why Google destroyed. That's why these people want you destroyed, so that you cannot grow. You cannot grow into yourself, not into God, not into somebody that lived 5,000 years ago, or what Marcus Garvey, what Elijah Muhammad teach. No, you need to grow into yourself. You need to understand who you are and understand the situation that we're in so that you can get yourself out. And I use myself as an example because I discovered myself and I got myself out of that situation. So I'm thinking, should I destroy or terminate this channel, these channels? And I don't want you to be shocked or surprised or whatever, and you start looking for Angel Snutting Up 7, and I've taken down all. I did it. Not Google, not some flagger. Matter of fact, there's a person around, still running around, trying to find videos to flag. Three years ago, had a beef with this sucker. Three years ago. This shows you how sick people are. Ain't nobody thinking about you. So what you gonna flag? I take down all of it myself. Then what you gonna do? And I'm still gonna talk about God. I'm still gonna talk about Pan-Africanism. I'm still gonna talk about the Moorish Science Temple. I'm still gonna talk about the Nation of Islam. I'll still be in the chat room tearing y'all ass up. Then what? I feel a certain way because there's a lot of people who are naive. There's a lot of people who don't know. And they need to know. I wish there was somebody like me when I was a teenager, somebody like me around I could have listened to, and I would not have wasted 9 years under Louis Farrakhan. Whose organization ain't did a damn thing till this day. They ain't done nothing. All this blackity black stuff. This is 2025. Go back 10 years. What have they accomplished? What have they done? Nothing. They laugh at our proposal, our vision called Operation Exodus Mississippi Campaign. That's a pipe dream. That won't work. But it's good enough to steal. There are guys that actually stole the idea. It's not good enough for them to help me to push it in the manner that it was designed, but it's good enough for them to steal. And what have they done? They've done nothing. They ain't created nothing. But they don't want to help that place where the ideal origin and put it out in the manner that it was designed. Jealousy and envy. A bunch of idiots. Angel Snub 7 is a nobody, but they sit back in the clouds trying to find ways to flag and slander me and destroy my work. But I'm a nobody. Even Google, $1 billion company, I only get 10 views. I only have 10 subscribers. Google, $1 billion company, finding excuses, trying to find ways to destroy, don't want my voice to be heard. You should think about those things. And those of you who know, you won't help. You don't do nothing. You want Angel Snub 7 to do all the work. You don't help. And you know. But I will say this in my conclusion. Just like I was a fool to get caught up in the racist so-called justice system of this country. And I had to pay a price. All of you, whether I take this channel down or leave it up or whatever, your time is coming. All your laughing and sniggling and your arrogant attitude and you think you know it all and you bougie. You got a reality check coming. I'm being told that Donald Trump in the next few years, you're going to get your reality check under his watch. We're going to see. You need it. Let's see how Farrakhan helped you. Let's see how Umar Johnson and Tahaka Bay and listening to Sadnetta. We're going to see how all this stuff help your ass when things get real. Like it was real for me when I was incarcerated. Anybody can say anything when you living comfortable. But when they take all that away from you, and you have to face the reality of things, they always talk the white man this, and if the white folks cut you off, you be messed up. What if Mark Zuckerberg, what if Google could just cut you off? No black people on YouTube. No black people on Facebook. I don't want Kentucky Fried Chicken. We don't hire black people at Kentucky Fried Chicken. What if white folks was able to just start cutting all of you Negroes off? Then what you do? You can go to Africa with nothing and watch how those people treat you with it. You don't have no American money? And you'll see the reality of it. Only thing you can go to Africa with your clothes on your back. Talking all this Pan-African bull crap. All this stuff that we believe in. How many of you ready to die and go to the hereafter, to the fifth dimension, turn into a ball of gas spirit and go fly out in the universe some damn where? You need a reality check. And all of us gonna suffer. I'm used to suffering. I'm an old country boy. I'm used to living, having nothing. I don't care about air conditioning and all this fancy stuff or whatever. I already know how to live without it. We didn't have it when I was growing up. You comfortable. You need your air conditioning. You need your flavored water. And you're a vegetarian. I don't eat meat. I don't do. Believe me. When the right situation come down, you be happy for a pork chop. I don't eat no pork. Oh, your ass will eat pork. And rat. And raccoon or whatever you can get your hands on when you get hungry, but you're spoiled. And you're living comfortable. You can do that. But time's always changing. And I always say on this platform, if the right thing happened in the world, it'll give you a reality check. I feel bad for those people being bombed up in Gaza because they're human beings. And the reason behind it is stupid. Thousands have died for nothing. I understand that could be me. We're not that far from slavery. I was born in Jim Crow. My great-grandmama was in Jim Crow. And her mama was a slave on that plantation that I was born on. I myself barely missed slavery. Do you understand that? We barely missed slavery. The last known recorded child of a slave died in 2002. The child of an actual slave. People who were actual slaves were still alive in 1930. I heard even 1960. People who actually were slaves were still alive in the 1960s. We barely missed all that. But now you spoiled, and now you an uppity Negro. We dodged a bullet. But your bullet, or the bullet waiting on your children, might be worse. We believe all these silly fairy tale stories. Oh, the white man gonna come out of power, and for some reason you gonna be put, yeah, right. If all the white folks came out of power right now, you won't be the one. You won't come into power. The next strongest people will take their place, who will probably be worse than them. And you have not prepared and done nothing. You like the grasshopper that don't prepare for winter, but you laugh at the ants. What you doing, ant? Well, we working hard because winter coming. Winter coming. I believe in Jesus. I believe in Allah. Oh, when I die, I'm going to the moon when I die. My spirit gonna go. Well, the grasshopper die, and his spirit go to the moon, whatever, and the ants keep doing their thing. That's how we are. So why should I continue to make videos? Why should I keep talking from the mind of a free man? Somebody who has broken the matrix. The white matrix and the black matrix. You all caught up in skin color. Black supremacy. The Africanness and the black supremacy and the native. All that stuff. Racists gave you that stuff.